from the sea to drip relentlessly onto his roof. Then one day he woke feeling completely miserable. He knew he ought to get up and throw someone into his well, or order a stinking emu for the zoo, or mix something poisonous in his laboratory. But he just couldn't face it. "Lester," he said to the servant who brought him his breakfast, "I feel tired, bored." Lester was an ogre, a huge, slow-moving man with muscles like footballs, and like most ogres, he had only one eye in the middle of his forehead. Before he came to be Arriman's servant, Lester had been a sword-swallower in a fair, and he still liked to gulp down the odd sabre or fencing foil. It soothed him. Now he looked anxiously at his master. "Do you, sir?" he said. "Yes, I do. In fact, I don't know if I can go on much longer. I thought I might go away somewhere and write a book." The ogre was shocked. "But what would happen to blackness and evil, sir?" Arriman frowned. "I know, I have a duty, I see that. But how long am I supposed to go on like this?" "I wouldn't know, sir. Ogres can't tell the future, you know. Gypsies can, though. Why don't you go and have your fortune told? There was a gypsy where I worked, Esmeralda. Knew her stuff, she did." So the following week, Arriman and Lester drove into Todcaster to find the fair. Esmeralda was a frizzy-haired lady. The look she gave Arriman was very sharp indeed. "For you, it'll be a £5, she said. "Sit down." She pocketed the money and began to stare into her crystal ball. She stared for a long time. Then she pushed the ball away. "It's all right," she said. "He's coming." "Who's coming?" said Arriman. "The new bloke, the one that's going to take over from you." "What new bloke?" "Do you want me to spell it out for you?" Esmeralda closed her eyes wearily. She put on a posh voice and droned, "Soon there cometh a great new wizard whose power shall be mightier and darker even than your own. When this great new wizard cometh, you will be able to lay down the burden of darkness and evil which you have carried for so long." She opened her eyes. "Got it?" "Oh, yes," said Arriman. "I suppose you don't know when he cometh?" "No," snapped Esmeralda, "I don't. Next customer, please." After his visit to Esmeralda, Arriman was a happy man. Just to fill in time, he planted a briar hedge whose thorns oozed blood, ran an oil tanker aground on the cliffs, and invented a new spell for making people's hair fall out. But most of the time he spent by the main gate, watching and waiting for the new wizard to come. It was cold work. Darkington Hall was as far north as you could get without bumping into Scotland, and when, after a week, Arriman found a chilblain on his left toe, he decided to make a wizard watcher. For the wizard watcher's body, he used a sea lion shape, but larger and furrier. The watcher had 4 feet and 1 tail, but it had 3 heads with keen-sighted and beautiful eyes. And every day at sunrise, this gentle monster would waddle down the avenue, past the blackened trees, past the oozing well and the devilish maze, and sit in the gateway, watching for the wizard. It watched day after day, month after month, year after year, the middle head looking north over the moors, the left-hand head looking west across the forest, and the right-hand head looking east towards the sea. Then, on the 990th day, the wizard-watcher lost heart. "He cometh not from the north," said the middle head, as it had done every day for 989 days. "He cometh not from the west neither," said the left-hand head. "Nor from the east doesn't he cometh," said the right-hand head, "and our feet are freezing." "Our feet are blinking dropping off," said the left-hand head. "Know what I think?" said the middle head. "I think the old man's been had." "You mean there ain't going to be no new wizard?" said the left-hand head. The middle head nodded. "Don't fancy telling him," said the right-hand head. "Someone's got to," said the middle head. So the monster turned and lumbered back to the hall, where it found Arriman in his bedroom dressed.